Want to learn how to make these copper disc earrings? Then keep watching the video. Supplies you'll need: 2 1.5-inch copper disc, 20 gauge copper wire, round, flat, and needle nose pliers. Next, you want to just go ahead and start hammering off the edges to make sure there's no sharp edges, so as they're swinging or not hitting you. The video is sped up a little bit because you don't need to see me doing it in real time. So I'm hammering and checking the edges, and then you just want to generally start hammering in towards the center and the other side of the disc. You want to flip it to make sure that it's flat, and then continue just spinning it around and generally hammering the earring. This is really great when you're angry and you got a lot of aggression, somebody's pissing you off, because you really do work up some muscles. So as I'm hammering, I'm checking it, and then I went on ahead and grabbed the other disc, and then just did the same thing, the same technique: flipping, hammering, checking, turning it around so the shapes are more organic, so it looks like a natural, nice natural pattern to the earring. So it's pretty much it. It's really simple and easy, and I'll just continue hammering and checking. I'm just measuring where the holes are going to go. So once you have your holes marked where you want them to go, you want to just go ahead and grab whatever hole puncher you have to make the holes. So here I just have this really easy and simple swing down punch or screw down punch. You screw it down and it just punches a hole in. It's really simple and easy. It requires a very little muscle power, so it's great for little skinny people like me. So as you can see, the video is going to just go ahead and speed up and get these holes in because I have 4 and you don't need to see me do all 4 in real time. So just go ahead and screw down each one and out pops the hole. As you can see, it's a really nice uniform hole. It looks just as good as any really expensive piece of equipment. So now that I have all 4 holes made for the ear hooks and the 2 quartz beads at the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and grab 2 copper head pins. I'm using head pins that are about 26 gauge. If you're just curious and want to know what the head pins are, they're 26 gauge copper head pins with little circle balls at the bottom. So here I'm just attaching the 2 faceted quartz beads that the wonderful lady asked for her earrings. So in order to make sure that they swing properly and there aren't any places where they catch or anything, I'm forming a uniform circle with my round nose pliers here. So I know you can't really see too well, but here I'm just bending the wire back before I wrap it around the plier to make sure that it gets a complete uniform circle. So like I said, they can swing without catching. And then you just want to go ahead and attach them to the disc. Make sure that you attach both beads the same way, so when you look at them, you hold them up to each other, they're both facing the way that the circle starts. They're both facing the same way. So here I'm just checking that before I go ahead and wrap them around a good 3 to 4 times to make sure that the bead is nice and secure without moving. And then once they're wrapped around, I'm going to go ahead and take some really small clips and just clip off the edge and then press it down to make sure, again, there aren't any sharp edges hanging out so nothing catches in your hair or t-shirt, sweater, what have you. So then once both beads are attached, here you see me just taking some pliers. I actually got these from a really nice nurse at Abington Hospital. Shout out to the nurse. I don't know her name, but she was really nice, helped me when my finger was cut, and gave me a whole supply of these really small tools, which come in really handy. So now that you see both beads are done, I have 2 ear hooks that I made with 20 gauge copper wire and hammered to make sure that they hold their shape. And then here I'm just taking really small round nose pliers, and I'm rounding, or I guess you would say making into a spiral the other edges of the earring, so that it makes it, 1, a cute little design, and 2, it'll hold the earrings in place so you won't have to worry about them moving around or anything. So here I'm just rounding them with my round nose pliers that also has a flat nose part in them, and then attaching the hoop and making sure that the side with the design that I spent all that time in muscle power is facing outward. So here it just takes a little time manipulating the earpiece to get the circle on, since they are a little bit bigger. But then once I got them on, it's just a matter of making sure that they lay the way you want to. I don't know if you noticed, but the first time I put it on wrong, so then I had to stop and redo it and then put it back on the right way. So this is where it comes in handy to check before you work, but sometimes you just get really excited and you just want to keep working and working and working. So here you see me now just adjusting the circles where the hoops are to make sure that everything is uniform. So once you get them on, now it's just making sure, looking to see that they sit how you want them to sit. And as you can see, I felt pretty much satisfied, and so they're done. And thanks for watching.